Welcome back, friends, to Lore and Legend. This is the Specialist, aka Adam, and I'm coming back to you from the Undead Burg here. We're going to continue on exactly where we left off and continue with some lore and some playthrough, baby. All right, here we go. We're just about to meet a friend, an old friend.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Okay, so Solaire, one of the most interesting, enigmatic characters in Dark Souls. I think, all three Dark Souls, I think he's the coolest. Certainly has a legacy with his Praise the Sun gesture. So here he is. He's come to Lordran, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, and he's now undead. Interesting.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Yeah, sure, bro.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Of course.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
All right, lots of interesting stuff there. So he's explaining a gameplay mechanic by which we can summon both Solaire and others into our world, and he provides a little bit of lore there. Apparently there's a number of timelines running running side by side, parallel with each other. Or, you know, he kind of mentioned that heroes centuries old phase in and out. So there's time travel, it seems, as well. So time and space seem to be convoluted here in Lordran. But my major question here is, how does he know this? He's the only one who makes any kind of comment with regard to this. I think that's interesting. And there's been a lot of questions as to who this guy is and what the heck he's doing. Same kind of questions that we ask of really anybody else in this game, but particularly Solaire. And here's maybe why.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Okay, that's interesting. So, he wants to gaze at the sun. He calls it a father. Well, Gwyn, I think, I don't know the language, but I've been told that Gwyn is synonymous with some form of light. And as I mentioned in the prologue video, or that hopefully you've watched, if you haven't, go back and check it out. Prologue and then the intro video. Gwyn represents light, which represents knowledge and potential, right? And that's just how mythology typically works. On the other hand, we have the dark and the abyss, which also means potential, but it means unknown potential. And so here's an interesting character who is interested in learning. That's what he's doing. And so the symbolism, the metaphor, the abstraction, however you want to look at it, is that he wants to find his own son. Essentially, that could mean that he wants to find some reasons. He wants to understand what's going on. He wants to learn something.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent. You know, you want to be a teacher, Solaire? Is that what you want to do? Do you want to show people the way? So basically, you know, this is a well-known fact, but Gwyn has a number of children, a couple of whom we'll meet later on, but one is missing, the firstborn. And we'll learn a little bit more about that, the firstborn. I think, and again, major spoilers here, but that's what this Lore and Legend series is going to be about. I think this is the firstborn. I think there's enough information in this game to gather that this is the firstborn. And I don't know what the fuck they did in Dark Souls 3. I think it's garbage. I don't think it makes any sense. But I think if the firstborn is in the game, this is him, without a doubt. This is him. There's another option, which I'll get to a little bit later once we get to Anor Londo, but I think this might be the firstborn. Let's just check and see if there is any lore here. Be summoned to another world as a phantom through your sign. Defeat the area boss to require humanity. Hollows cannot conduct summons. In Lore Drawn, the flow of time is distorted, and the white sign soapstone allows undead to assist one another. So it's just a really cool game mechanic tied into the lore. They do really well at this. If he gives us anything else here of value. Not yet. Okay, Solaire. Thanks, bro. We'll see you again, no doubt. Okay. Let's continue on. So, we're now way up here, and you can kind of see, so the trees, I don't want to trigger anything too soon here. We came from down there. Oh, fuck. Woo! Triggered it. Triggered it for sure. Oh, man, the Drake. A lot of people, their first time through, get cooked by this guy. Literally. So you can see sort of where we came from down there. The tree, that's the tree over Firelink Shrine. So now we're just up on this over bridge here. Now I'm going to make a run here. Try not to piss this guy off because he can kill you in one hit. He's a really annoying boss to kill later on, but we're going to do it. So if you come down here, you have a couple of different options. You can go through there. This takes you to where you need to go. And actually, this is a great place to take a look. Can't really see Firelink from here. Although maybe you can. Maybe that's Firelink right there. Just through those mountains and that wall. So fucking cool. So fucking cool. There's the Burg. Right there is where we encountered the Drake the first time. We came up through that little spot right there by my hat. Just so cool. Oh, man. Okay. What's over here? Anything interesting? Long way down. There's where we climbed up. Oh, dude, this is so good. So good. Okay. Now you can kick this ladder, come on down here, and you're going to be right back to where we were looking. We're down in the Burg again. And so that's a really nice little... Okay, so we've got some intelligence here. Let's pop Dex up a bit. Couple more intellies. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we're gonna do a bit of a run here. Bit of a cheese. I think it's a cheese. I didn't normally do this, or I didn't used to do it this way. I used to go through here, which is fine. You can do that, and you have a shot at getting the flying Drake sword, FDS, flying dragon sword, whatever the community was calling it back in 2011. Essentially, what you do here, if you want to get through, there's a bonfire just over there. You can kind of see it. You wait for this guy to jump down, boom, and you just take off. And then hopefully he doesn't fuck with you too much. You can run in here, light this bad boy up. Oh, you see him coming back towards you, bro. Oh shit! Okay, no. Oh, but check this out. This is fucking cool as shit. He flies away. Oh my god, that's good. Holy shit, that's amazing. Okay. Well, here we are anyway. This is where I was planning on coming through. Anyway, this is a very important. I can't access it right now because I don't have level of faith. I think you need to have 20 faith in your stats here, excuse me, to be able to access it. I only have 8, so I cannot. This is the Sunlight Altar, and there's a broken statue here. Really kind of interesting. There's a spear. It's fallen apart. There's the arm right here. What's left of the torso, I think, here. Or at least the other arm. That might be the head. That's the head right there. I don't have the binoculars, or I'd look at it real close. Maybe I'll do that later. There's the head. There's the helmet. And the sandals. Okay, this I believe is a statue of the firstborn. And once we get to Anor Londo, you'll be able to see, especially after we defeat Ornstein and Smo, there's a statue of Gwyn, a statue of Guinevere, and a missing statue, which I believe is meant to be the spot where the statue of the firstborn stood. It's now gone, and there's some lore surrounding that. Apparently, firstborn fucked up, did something he wasn't supposed to do, and he was scratched from the annals. It just means he was scratched from the histories. Well, at some point, that statue was, I think, brought here. It's broken down, and here it is. Some people, of course, have thought that the firstborn is Ornstein, and because the spear is the same. It's kind of the spear that he uses. Again, I don't think so. Couple features here. You get to see the face of the firstborn. Whose face don't you get to see? Well, I suppose you could say you don't get to see Ornstein's face either. But you don't get to see Solaire's face. And I think there's a reason for that. I also think the reason why Ornstein cannot be the firstborn is because he had another job already. He was one of the 4 Knights of Gwyn, and he is identified that way. So I just don't think, there's too much description that's different between the firstborn and a Knight of Gwyn to think that he could occupy both positions. That's my opinion. I don't think it's Ornstein. I think it's Solaire for sure. Why the spear is here, I don't know. There's a bracelet though. Who wears bracelets? Solaire. Interesting. He wears gloves. Solaire doesn't wear gloves. I tried to show that in the last scene with Solaire, but either way, here, this is so cool. So interesting. Anyway, there we have it. Let's get moving here. Now you can go back there and cook those guys. If you go too far, the Drake will come back again, and he will fry you. Just because I'm paranoid. Okay, up we go, up we go. What's up, motherfucker? Oh, still shitty with the parries, boys. Is that going to be just a common theme? I hope not. It's going to be pretty embarrassing if I just keep getting cheesed. Turn to the right. What's up, bitch? Oh, damn! Oh, I almost got cooked. Almost got cooked, boys. Oh, shit! Oh, damn. Oh, the specialist is not doing well. Okay, fuck you guys. Had enough, all y'all. Fucking me up. Oh, man. That was awful. Okay, let's start playing the game. Really cool, interesting enemy placement here. I love that enemy. The armored boar. Oh, there we go, boys. Loving it. Loving it. Should be a guy who runs up here. Somebody ringing that church bell. So while he's making his way up, let's equip this. Bro, you coming up here? Bro, you coming up here? Oh yeah, he's taking his sweet ass time. What's up, man? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, check it. Got the alluring skull here. Another beautiful FromSoft. They give you the items you need to usually facilitate the area that you're in. So you can just toss this bad boy right into the fire. This guy's otherwise an asshole to kill. Come on, man. Oh, this guy came out too. I don't think I've ever seen one of those hollows come out there. That's so interesting. I've never seen that. Huh. Oh, there's another one. They're all coming out. Oh my god, I've never seen that before. Has anyone else seen that happen? Have they updated this game in such a way? That's really fascinating. I'm talking hundreds of playthroughs and I've never seen that happen. Oh, might be in luck here. We might have gotten an item. Nice, Fangbore Helm. I've never used this. I think it looks so shitty. Severed head of the fully armored Fangbore, taken by the one who killed it as proof of his victory, just as the gods once did with the head of the ancient dragon. That's really good lore, actually. Can be worn on the head as a surprisingly sound piece of protective gear. I mean, I suppose that's your thing. I'm gonna stick with my pimp hat here. So yeah, when you go to Enorlando, you actually see, you actually see the heads of dragons placed on the wall. So that's a trap. But these guys have already been lured out and killed. So... Sorry, bro. Your trap is shit. Again, just part of the Burg. These people are obviously just chilling, living here. Okay, you gotta come down here to get this item. Mystery key. That is pretty important. Mystery key. Resembles a basic prison key. The purpose of this key is unknown. It appears to be a basic prison cell key. My first instinct when I picked it up was, oh, maybe I can go back to the Undead Asylum and open something up. Nope. What you do use it for is something I'll show you, I think either in this episode... Oh, you bitch. Frozen in time. Oh, another one. Huh. Seems a little screwy here with all of this. I've never seen the placement. Never seen those guys place like that, nor have I seen them act the way that they are. It's really interesting. Either way, whatever. Come on up here. Again, I'm fighting a cold, everyone. Sorry about this. If my voice seems a little raspy or if I'm sniffing too much, my apologies. Okay, so now we're up here. You can hop down there again. God, just look at the scenery. Fucking so good. Dude, it's so good. I'm gonna heal because I just know Dark Souls can be a dick. Just chilling maybe over a body of a soldier that he's killed. Gonna score a quick backstab here. These guys, they're not really that hard to kill. They're just, sometimes they get really dickish. Guy's wearing more armor than normal. Is that a, is that one of his buddies? It is. Look at the helmet. I've never noticed that before. You guys are getting bonus material here like crazy. That looks like the armor that he's wearing. There's no cape. Look at the helmet. Dude. So did he kill his buddy? Or look at the greaves. Oh, dude, that's amazing. Gauntlets. Huh. I can cheese this bitch. Oh, I can. Look at that. Done. You can see the dukes up there. Oh my gosh, this game is amazing. So cool. So cool, so cool, so cool. And actually, like when you stop and look, you can see little sprites in the air. You can kind of see them floating around. Some people have commented that those are leaves falling from trees, and maybe. I actually think it's just... If you've been around a bonfire, that's what happens. Little ash. It's ash floating around. And sparks from the fire. Just a little touch that forces you to think about fire and bonfires and all that stuff, man. He just dodged that shit? Oh my god, bud. Are you the firstborn? Wouldn't that be a mindfuck? So we got to get down there. This, by the way, is a run. What I mean by a run is between bonfires. Oh shit, son. Uh-oh. Man, if I get a Balder side sword, I might change up the way I make this build, because I love that weapon. It's so fucking rare, though. Oh, gosh. What's up? In the face. Oh. I'm just gonna not fuck around. Kill these bitches. Okay, this is a really cool spot here. It's in some ways a major hub in the game, I think. Oh, look at that architecture, man. It's like you're back in Greece or something. The porticos, the stoa. So interesting. So we have to go is way up on the roof. If you look around and you know anything about architecture, that's a bell tower for sure. So we know that we have to ring a bell. Interesting stuff. Okay, let's gamble a bit here. Let's gamble a bit. Silence, all you can hear is the wind. So cool, man. What's up, baby? I find it so fascinating that this guy is placed where he is. Drop something. Drop something good. Ah, no armor. No lore yet. Love this. An old chapel. Ooh, there's an item up there. And look at that. Channeler. Why is he here? No big deal. Let's grab this item. Massive piece of lore. We can read it without getting murdered. Boost the power of the Estus Flask. Each Firekeeper is a corporeal manifestation of her bonfire, and a draw for the humanity which is offered to her. Her soul is gnawed by infinite humanity, and can boost the power of precious Estus Flasks. It can be used to gain humanity and restore HP at the cost of losing the Firekeeper soul to reinforce Estus Flasks. A couple of things here before we get into the lore. You want to use these not to gain humanity and restore HP. You can use it as a consumable item. What you want to do is save these and give them to a Firekeeper, and it will boost the power of your Estus Flask, which just means that it will heal you for more, right? It gives you more healing power. The Firekeeper is a corporeal manifestation of her bonfire, and a draw for the humanity which is offered to her. So bonfires become a place that seems to draw humanity. They collect humanity. Now, I wonder why. Well, it's a gameplay mechanic, of course, because the bonfire becomes the hub from which, or at which, I should say, that you do a number of things. You level up, but also you use humanity to become human form again, which opens up a number of things you can do in the game, such as summoning, looking cool, looking human again, that sort of thing. You can also use humanity to make the bonfire stronger, which means that you can get more uses out of your Estus Flask. I'm curious. My instinct at this moment is that who set up the bonfires? Was it Gwyn? Maybe. What's the origin of the bonfires? What's the origin of these women, and why are they tied to the bonfire? Part of me wonders whether Gwyn set up the bonfires so that he could capture the last soul, which is the dark soul, which has been spread into any number of different sprites, of which we have 6 right now. It's also, the dark soul is also the soul that was found by the furtive pygmy. We find out later in the expansion that what happened is they dug up the place of origin, and they find Manus, who is the furtive pygmy. Spoilers. And all havoc breaks loose. We know that Artorias, one of the 4 knights of Gwyn, goes to fight in the abyss, or fight the spread of the abyss, to no avail. But one wonders whether or not Gwyn is using the bonfires to try to recapture that soul. Is it a clever way to gather that soul? I don't know. It's interesting to think about, though. I'm going to do one thing before we get too carried away. A couple things, actually. We're going to go over here, hop on this. This is the shortcut back to Firelink Shrine. But before we get down to Firelink Shrine, I'm actually going to make a quick hop here. I'm going to grab a couple items. Hop off real quick back to the Firelink Shrine. Come on over here. There's the, oh man, there's the Great Hollow. You can look right down into it. And a graveyard. Interesting. Really cool. Really cool. Okay. Right here, you can just do a simple roll. Hop onto this bad boy. Try not to fall off. But there are 2 things you can do here. One is to jump down and grab this item, which is what we're going to do now. The other is to go all the way up until you find the crow's nest, which is actually right there. You can curl up in a ball, and guess where the crow takes you? Da-da! Back to the Undead Asylum. Interesting. So what does this say? Okay. Key to the iron bars on the west side of the 2nd floor of the North Undead Asylum. So if we think back to, I think, the video where, it might be video number 3, just before we fought the boss, there's a small section there where you fight a knight, an undead knight, and there's a locked door. This opens that door, which we'll go back to eventually here. The Undead Asylum is a giant undead prison, segmented by countless iron bars. But even if a hero found a key in Lordran to liberate this prison, would he ever have the means or the heart to come back? Well, that's an invitation if I've ever seen one. This might be your first opportunity to just check out the crow or the raven or whatever you want to call it. Interesting, man. Just the way they look around. Dude, that's a big-ass crow. It's a big-ass crow. The wind. Ah, oh, man, what did Dark Souls 2 and 3? Why did they fuck up? They missed the little things, friends. That's why they fucked up. They missed the little things. Okay, let's come on back down here. Here's our cleric bro.
Oh, hello. I will teach you miracles. A promise is a promise, after all.
So nothing new here. You can grab some miracles if you didn't. If that's your jam. Already belong to the Covenant.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
Interesting. So this might be the first time we find out about Milady and an undead mission. Is it different from the undead mission that we're on?
An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Ha ha ha. This guy is a bitch. Okay, and there's a lot of reasons for it. I'm not going to pay out the souls.
I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred.
I'll be able to explain.
The effectiveness of the teachings.
Yeah. I'll be able to explain more so what the Undead mission is a little bit later on when we head into the catacombs. But for now, let's pop down here. Oh, there's the music.
Don't you ever think to forge your weapons? You'd better find a smith box soon, unless you enjoy swinging about with blunt instruments.
Maybe I do, bro. How do you know?
How did that silly sorcerer's apprentice end up? You know, the one always prattling on about Master Logan. He left for the Undead Burg, but never came back. Serves him right. If even old Big Hat can't make it out there, what chance does he have? I hope he enjoys his new life as a hollow.
Okay, so he introduces two characters. A sorcerer's apprentice who went to the Burg, never came back, and Big Hat Logan.
What now? I'm not up for chatting.
You sure?
I'm not up.
Okay. Let's pop down here real quick. So this is the only bonfire keeper that we've encountered so far. She doesn't do a lot of talking, but look at the option we have here. Reinforce Estus Flask. Use Firekeeper Soul to reinforce Estus Flask. Yes, you want to do this. And then what you see in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, Estus Flask +1. You just have a more potent Estus Flask right now. I'm not going to sit at the bonfire, and the reason for that is going to make it easy on myself. Make it easy on myself so the enemies aren't all respawned back here and I can just go to where I need to go. We're going to meet up with an old friend. That medallion, holy shit. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. They did a nice job with this game. Really nice job. Okay, open that up. Now we're back into the Parish. The Undead Parish. Parish meaning the church. Real quick, actually, before we get too crazy, take a look at this statue. A woman holding on to the child. I think this is supposed to be Gwyn's mother holding on to Gwyn. Meant to imitate the Virgin Mary holding on to Jesus, I think. Especially when you see the doves surrounding the altar. This might be perhaps the burial place for Gwyn's mom, place of worship. Check out the carvings, though. Interesting. You have goats who are worshiping an old man and a lion. Same thing over here. Outstretched hands showing worship. They're looking up. Focal point being this relationship here. You know, we all know the veneration of Mary in the Catholic tradition, of course, is an important one for a lot of reasons. Historically, because Mary would have been one of the key eyewitnesses to Jesus' life, of course, and that's important for a historian. In this game, however, if this is Gwyn's mom, the relationship between mother and son is that of potential. It's the future generation. It's your future. And all of these things look to the future. That's what this is supposed to symbolize. And we see the light here. Light, of course, we know is synonymous with knowledge. We've already fleshed that out. Just really interesting. This statue also appears at the bonfire just past the Drake, where we found the sunlight altar. And we're going to find this statue a few different places. So it's possible that this cathedral here was meant to venerate the mother of Gwyn, an old place of worship. So ominous just standing there. Whew, this game just does some interesting things. The contrast of the artificial light with the real light. I wonder if that's symbolic. Real knowledge versus fake knowledge. I don't know. I've never really looked at that before. I need the binoculars. Maybe I'll make a quick run in the off camera so I can find the binoculars. Excellent. Oh, the sun coming through the stoa. Look at that. Holy shit, FromSoft. Yet, look at the trees. You kind of didn't... I mean, the trees look awesome, but when you really closely examine them... Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. The flat tree. Wind in the background. You can hear the birds chirping. You can see in the air, which I mean could be leaves technically. Sure, because there are leaves on the ground. Look, leaves all along here. It's very possible those are leaves. It's also possible that those are just burning ash. Cool. Okay, let's pop down here. Into an old cathedral. Look, it's all broken down. Walls and ceilings. Very small compared to the other one. There's an altar over here. Things seem to have been removed from here, however. But as we can hear, somebody has set up shop. Even the moss on the wood. Fucking awesome. Whoa. Nice armor, bro. We're gonna come out here first. I want to catch this dialogue. This is really cool. Nice long bridgeway here. There's a little river down there, a little stream. It's not that interesting. Oh, where did it go? There it is. It's beautiful. Some big ass gates leading to maybe one of the most asshole places in this game, but check it out. One of our bros. Fatty ahead. Actually, he's probably pretty skinny. The armor makes him look fat, though.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge. No matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So, here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
Everybody has very strange maniacal laughter.
Still closed. Still closed.
Okay, so he's not going to give us much more.
Still closed. Still closed.
Sig bro. Okay, so obviously this tells us that eventually we're going to come to this place. The Fortress of the Sen. Sen's Fortress. I'm not sure, I don't know Japanese or katakana or any of the languages, but I've been told that means the Fortress of 1,000 Traps. perhaps 1,000 deaths. I'm not sure. Okay, let's add a couple things here. We haven't gotten any more magic yet, although we have 3 slots. We can put some magic in. We still have just the 1 covenant. This is a new thing they've added, by the way, in the remaster. You can change your covenant at a bonfire. Before, you actually had to go back to the origin of the covenant and jump in there. I don't know if I like it or not. I like it and I don't like it. Anyway, kindling is when you can offer souls to make the bonfire stronger. And kindling becomes important when we talk about Milady and her companions going into the catacombs. They're here on a mission to find the rite of kindling, which we'll talk about a lot later. Reverse hollowing. We go from this grimly looking motherfucker here to a more human looking motherfucker, I guess. And we won't do that quite yet. We're going to level up a little bit here. Always want to put a little something into the intelligence. A little something into the dex. Let's come down here and chat with our good friend, Mr. Andre of Astora. He's got some burns on that body. That's interesting.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
Also, I think the only NPC character whose mouth actually moves when you talk to him. Let's learn a gesture. Hurrah! So Andre is fantastic. He is not technically the first blacksmith you can meet, but he is our first. So you can do a bunch of things here. You can modify equipment, but you need special embers, which we pick up at various points throughout the game. You can reinforce your weapon here, so you can make it a little bit stronger. Dagger +1. You can reinforce your armor as well, but they take Titanite shards to do so. We only have a couple. You can repair. Not a bad idea to repair your equipment. You can repair your armor as well. No sense. You can purchase Titanite shard. This is what you use to reinforce your weapons. Some interesting equipment here that we're going to get into in the next video. The longsword, broadsword. Some more powerful weapons than what we found from the Undead Merchant in the Burg. Arrows. Gonna need some of these for sure. But let's talk.
Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect, eh?
So that line, weapons never betray you. Some people have thought that Andre of Astora is the firstborn son of Lord Gwyn. Again, I don't think so, but there's talk of betrayal, and a statement like that could lead one to think that maybe Andre was betrayed and sold out, like the firstborn was removed from the annals, something like that. I feel like that's a big stretch. I think weapons never betray you. I think that's just a statement referring to the fact that you can rely on them to get you through how fucked up this world is.
There are 2 types of weapon forging. There's reinforcement and there's ascension. Reinforcement is simple. It strengthens the weapon and nothing more. A simple task for any blacksmith. Hell, you could even do it yourself with a smith box. But ascension's a finer art. It alters a weapon's properties. Ascension is the territory of we blacksmiths. A smith box just won't do the trick. Start out with reinforcement. When that loses its charm, you can consider ascension. As you've noticed, this land is flush with the mad and wicked. You won't make it through the night without employing my services.
I remember when I first heard that line, I thought, oh, make it through the night. Well, it's daytime. Shit. Very interesting. Make it through the night. Is it nighttime for Astora or Andre of Astora right now? We'll find out a little bit more about what that might mean.
You can forge armor just like you do weapons. Forging armor is even easier than forging weapons. Whether you forge weapons or armor first, well, that's up to you. But nobody wants to see you go hollow. So whatever you do, you'd better do it well.
And the maniacal laughter.
Forging, whether you but nobody
Okay,
wants, so whatever
seems
you
to
do.
me that's what he has for us. So we're gonna leave it at that.
Yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Well, thanks, Andre. Appreciate that, buddy. What are you working on there, a little Balder side sword? Want to give that to me? Yeah? Want to help out the protagonist? Yeah? Write a little novel? No, you just keep working on that. Okay, friends, this is the end of Lore and Legend for today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them, of course, in the comments below. And we're going to keep whacking away here, just like Andre, at trying to figure out what the heck's going on in this game. So, treat each other well. Peace. Talk soon.